Let me also really quickly talk about the search and filtering portion of how you can work with this data. So once you have all of your data and you want to be able to reliably find interesting samples where things of interest or events of interest are occurring, you can go into the 51 grid sidebar, which is where you have extracted and indexed your interesting MCAP data, and you can search by it. So for example, what I've extracted is summary information of the normalized task. If I want to find summary information of all episodes where the robot was trying to fold a cloth in half, it's as simple as just applying the filter in the left sidebar. Further, if I don't have any metadata that I can filter by, I can just look at my samples in the embedding space. I can extract embeddings, which are basically a kind of quantitative value that I can visualize in two-dimensional space extracted from the media that's within each episode. And this is the distribution that I get in the embedding space. So what I did was I just used a standard vision image model for this, extracted embeddings at every frame of every single stream. So for every camera, for every frame, and then averaged it over time, and then averaged it over the different streams. And even that, honestly, was good enough to identify different actions that are occurring. You can imagine when I aggregate this way, I'm losing information about temporal information about what the robot is doing, or that was my assumption, but it was still able to identify pretty well and cluster based off of the action that was occurring. So if we look at task normalized and color these embeddings by the normalized task, you can pretty clearly see that the clusters that are formed according to the different objective that the robot is trying to achieve. And we can basically lasso different points in the embedding space, and it will return episodes where that action was occurring. So this was, again, fold cloth in half. We can look at put brick in drawer, shelf and close drawer, which was one of these, and so on. So there's many different ways that you can work with data. If you have fields that you want to search and filter by, you can extract those into the 51 sidebar and index that data so we can search by it and return results for you. But if you don't have interesting information that you can search and filter by in the sidebar, you can always use something like embeddings to understand what's happening in all of your data.